Hello. Let me know if you can hear me. Last time I tried to do an evening live, it went kaput on me. Nobody could hear me. Nobody could see me. But I was here. I was here. Hello. Good afternoon. So today is Mike's birthday. He turns 70 today. And next Thursday, two of my sons are having a birthday. So I want to make them some birthday cards and I want to play with some alcohol ink. And because I haven't done alcohol inking in a while. And I couldn't get, so just keep in mind, you should probably clean the caps off of these before you put them back on because I can't get the cap off. Oh, thank you so much, Maddie, for letting me know. Because of the resin inside of the blending solution, but luckily I have a small container and it comes off, so. I tried with some, I have some pliers, but come on. Anyway, I'm just unfortunate. So let that be a lesson. Wipe your cap off before wipe your threads off before you put your cap back on your blending solution. What I'll probably do is cut this off or cut a hole in it and pour it into this smaller bottle. I don't know. So I have here all my alcohol inks. And this is some paper that I haven't tried yet. It comes from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop. It is alcohol ink cardstock. And there are 10 sheets here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this out into 4 6-inch sheets. And I want to see how it handles the alcohol. It feels much like Yupo. And I know alcohol markers don't work on it because I tried them. So I'm going to assume they are the right kind of paper. Let's see here. Let's use this guy. See if I can do this without making a craft-a-lanch. So we'll cut this to 6. Feels plasticky. And then another 6. Wrong end. I almost never use this thing other than for scoring because I need a new blade. It chews on my paper. So I have this paper, and then I also took out some holographic paper. I took out my alcohol lift ink and some Tim Holtz stamps. Since yesterday was Tim's birthday, we'll go ahead and celebrate him too. Lots of January birthdays. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Pam. So, and I have this, which I've already gotten alcohol ink on, so I've already, yeah, I don't care. We're going to start with one of these, and thinking about my son Dave, he likes blue. So I'm going to come in with my blues here. I got the blues. I don't have a lot of blues. I don't know why. And I'm going to start with just plain isopropyl alcohol. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Peggy. Gonna lurk while you chop veggies. Hey, Teresa. And I'm just gonna pour this alcohol kind of all over. And then I'm just gonna start dumping with my blues. And I have an idea in mind. We'll see how it pans out. This is kind of a turquoisey. Do that one. And I prefer a turquoisey, so I'm gonna go here with Stream, which is another favorite. Oh, going for the airport. Oh, you guys have a safe flight. As if I had any control over that. And I'm just going to gently blow this with my bellows. I don't want strands. So if you don't want strands, you have to blow lightly. So far, this paper's working out. And I don't know how much it cost because I did some work for them. And so I had a gift card and I wasn't paying attention to prices. I was just adding to cart, adding to cart, adding to cart. So just kind of gently, you can see the motion I'm using with my fingers is barely any at all. And I have quite a bit of isopropyl alcohol on there, and that's 91%, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay, so I have some alloys here. I don't have a bunch. And mixatives. I'm going to grab, let's see. Let's grab Foundry and shake that up. And I'm going to add alcohol blending solution because it's what you do. Shake this up really well. Hi, Jim. And I'm just going to drop a little bit here and there, because I feel like Foundry will be a good color. And I'm just going to kind of just spread it out a little bit, and then I'm going to throw more blue on top of it. And that'll break it up. Again, lightly spritzing on here. Don't want any fingers. Although fingers on this stuff isn't bad. And if you've ever watched Tim Holtz do this and explain what happens with this stuff, it wants to come back to itself, which I think is cool. Okay. And I want more color, so I'm going to go in with more blending solution. Yeah, I might have forgotten to turn off ads. Hopefully they're just on the side like they're supposed to be. Sometimes I space that out. I forget. Because you have to manually do it when you're setting up. Want some more of this light blue. Let's get some more blending solution here on the alloy. That's what's going to make it move. And I'm not squeezing the bottle, I'm just shaking it on. Move it around a little bit. Really want it to kind of spread out. Ooh, it smells. Oh, Dollar Tree poster board. Well, yeah, and typically I'll use things like my Cricut paper. I want to spread this stuff out a little bit more. So this, I'm just using alcohol. It's a little too dark. I'm gonna need quite a bit more. Let's go like that. Am I going to make a 6x6 card? Highly doubt it. There, though, I did want that to spread out. If you don't play with your alcohol inks, I highly recommend getting them out. Oh, I don't like, oops, I don't like that. Okay. Got some nice blues going on here. So this is Dave's card we're working on. Dave is going to be, I think, 35. Let's see, Mac. You guys met my son Mac before. He comes on here time to time. I think he's going to be 42. Today is also Joe's birthday, so it's kind of a bittersweet day for Mike and myself. You know, kind of his birthday overshadowing the celebrations. Now I'm just going to let these plump out like they do. Hey, Delise. Oh, ads are interrupting. I wonder if I can turn them off from here. Let me try. Docs. YouTube Live Control Panel. There's nothing in the control panel. Oh, okay. Well, Matt comes on here. Let's try that again. It didn't load. Okay. Choose this account. Enter my password. Oh, come on now. Joe was not a twin. Mike is my husband. Joe is my son. So he's kind of a weird twin. If you guys will excuse me a minute, I'll go in and see if I can turn off the ads on this. Be right back. Had to do it from my PC because I'm already logged into Studio there. Okay. Hey, Jay. Well, it's tough. It's tough for Mike especially because, on a day where he's supposed to be happy, he's not exactly. I like it. I think I like the alloy exactly the way it is. I like the little bit of white here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping and lifting. Let's just close these real quick. I said close. That's sticking to my bar magnet and these pins. Will this fit in there? No, it won't. So I'm going to need to do the trimming first. There's some spots that are still wet. Okay, let's get that dried off. Oh, and there, get my fingerprints off there, even though Kid already has my DNA. All right, bye, Pam. See you when you get back. Just making sure this is dry enough to go in my trimmer. There's some spots that are still kind of wet. I don't want to put heat to it. Oops, I got fingers in there. I don't want fingers. No fingers. I'm getting a little overzealous here in my squishing. So I have a premiere tomorrow at noon Central. I hope you guys can join me. And plus I'll have my live tomorrow morning. Okay, I think we're dry enough now. I don't see any super wet spots. At this point, when you do have wet spots, if you put foil on it, it'll give you kind of that same sort of pattern. Let's trim this down. I'm going to go ahead and trim it down to 4.5. And I can still use that other part too that I trim off, for die cutting. Okay. Now I want to, on this, I want to take out this because I'm going to be using red rubber. Okay, and then I'm going to do I took out the birthday blueprint. I'm gonna do, I think, the cupcake. Need to get my lip ink. Need to get paper towels. Hopefully a stink bug doesn't scare me tonight. Hi, Linda. Thanks for lurking. And I'm really going to rub this on here. Okay, and wipe it off. Go again. You see how it's starting to lift? Each time I want to wipe off my stamp, get all the alloy and stuff off of there. And it may not lift as well. It is, it's lifting right off. Sometimes I'll do that 3 or 4 times. I really want to get all of that alcohol ink off of there where I want my design. And this is just a background design, so just keep that in mind. In some cases, you want to do a more solid design for it to really show up. And I'm just lightly swiping on here. It's really not showing up well, and it's probably because of the alloys. Let's go some more. More. And we'll try a more solid stamp. Get this, let this kind of soak for a minute. I think my son will like it too. I mean, last I recall, blue was his favorite color. You can see the pattern in there, but it's really not showing up as well as I'd like it to. So let's try a more solid stamp right over top. What did I say? I think he's going to be, yeah, because Joe would have been 33 today, so that makes him 35 today. So I'm going to take my 3 and my 5. I cut all these apart. They don't come cut apart, friends. Hey, guys. Thank you. All right, let's lift, see what we get. I think this paper is not as good as Yupo. I'm going to say that right up front because I've done this technique many times with Yupo and it works out pretty well. And this is kind of smearing instead of doing what I need it to do. That's okay, friends, because if you don't like it, just throw some more alcohol. Hey, Judy. Thank you, Gaz. You see the 35 in there? One more. Let that just sit for a moment. So the paper is from the 12 by 12 cardstock shop, and it's the Encore brand alcohol ink cardstock. let's pull this out. It's got kind of a UFO feel, but really didn't give me what I was hoping for. And that's, it's how it goes. The next one, I won't put any alloys on there, and you'll see we'll get a much better lift. It just won't be so busy. It's just too busy to really showcase the lift. Doesn't mean I won't still use this. I'm just going to dab, kind of, instead of rub. And it starts to come out more in the background. All right, let's do another. Let's do another. I'm not real happy with that. I'll probably still use it. I'll probably use it for die cutting, but I wasn't happy with the outcome. So I'll do another. And this time I am not going to. It feels like this side is a little bit smoother, so I don't know. This time I'm not going to add the alloy. I'm just going to keep the blues. Well, I mean, this stuff wasn't that expensive, but I just don't remember how much it was. That's all. That's just my memory issues. So I'm going to use, again, isopropyl. This is 91% isopropyl. I'm going to come in with this cloudy blue again. Let it start to kind of move around. And then I'll come in with the stream. You don't need to shake these. I don't know why I'm shaking them. Habit. Let it start to move around. I think that gonna need to be darker to really showcase those stamp designs. Again, very light pushes. Don't go heavy. Well, if you want fingers in it, go heavy. But if you don't want fingers, go light. I don't. I like no fingers in my alcohol. How's vacation? Speaking of alcohol, guys. Are you still on vacation? Hi, Chow. Yeah, it's a cool background. You're right about that. And I mean, anything you add over the top of it is just going to be bonus. You guys, it was 70 degrees today. Tomorrow we're expecting maybe some severe weather, maybe, maybe tornadoes, who knows? Maybe just thunderstorms, maybe nothing, because that's kind of the way it rolls around here. So you can see that my alcohol is pooling over to one side because of my paper. So I'm just trying to blow it kind of back without getting strings, because I still need more here because I don't want this thick. I want it nice. I might throw a little green in here. Anywhere where it's thick, I'm going to thin it down. Just kind of let that float for a minute on its own. Well, thanks. Yeah, I will. We're from Alabama. When they say a tornado's coming, we go running outside with our beer and wait. uh, let's move you. And again, I'm just doing teeny tiny motions on this thing. Oh, that's so pretty right there. I really love that green right there. All right, let's throw some green in here. Don't want my pearls. I'm just going to put those away. Oh, I've got more blues too, but let's go with patina, which isn't really, it's kind of a greenish blue. Let's just throw some patina on there. Just for a color change of pace. Raining cats and dogs right now there. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's gonna be that here tomorrow, I think. I just wanted to get cooler. I want to bake bread and cookies, but it's too hot. There is no baking in our house when it gets warm. I mean, to speak of. Of course, there's baking, but not like in the winter time, like not with the stove turned on to 475 degrees for an hour. I just don't want that super thick part right there, but I do want this to make sure. I don't want any white on here because remember I'm using the lift ink, so I need it to be able to lift color off and show a pattern. I'm just trying to blow out that one piece right there. And I did bring some Q-tips in here so that I can do that. I brought gloves too, but I haven't need to put them on yet. I might still need to. Just trying to clear up those heavy spots. I don't want those. They're harder to lift because they're thicker, obviously. Just blowing them out. You see how that's got a harsh line there? I don't want that. Ooh, did you see my lights flash just now? Well, that can't be happening. There's no weather right now. That sometimes happens when Mike's running his welder, but it's after dark, so I highly doubt he's welding anything. Really am loving the color. I did not get the neon inks. I'm not a huge neon fan. Hey, Ellen. Let me get some more on here. Let's get whatever this color is. I will eventually get, some of the neons, some of them, but not all of them. I just don't feel the need. This is Pool. And let's use a little bit of blending solution instead of that. And this has resin in it, so it changes it. It doesn't work quite the same way as alcohol does. Hence my lid was stuck. No fingers, no fingers. This stuff smells strong, this blending solution. I'm just going to kind of dab out these super dark areas where it's really caked on there. Sorry, I got my hand covering my mouth because I'm holding myself. You could just go on forever with this, and if you don't like the pattern, all you have to do is just throw some alcohol on there and wipe it off. Soften those out. You haven't unpacked your alcohol inks. I did say no to neon delice. I did. I want some more blue in here. I want some more of the, well, let's see, what blue do I want? Let's go with turquoise. Why not? I'm just going to let that kind of flow the way it wants to flow for a minute. It's fun to watch it. That's right, you moved or something, right? So you have a whole new craft area and all the things. Okay, now I'm just lightly pushing on this to dry it so I can go on to the next step because I have to trim it down to get it into my Misty, my mini Misty. Let me blow it from the higher above. And you can take a heat tool to it, but the paper is plastic, so you have to be careful. Probably my best bet would be my blow dryer, but I have my air conditioner on right now, so I can't run my blow dryer. I should get out some Yupo to show you the difference on how this stuff works on Yupo, but I don't know where it is right now. And I have to send these cards tomorrow. I've been so bad last year about actually sending my cards. You know, I'd make them and then they'd sit here unsent. Now I'm just drying it. I'm sorry, Delise. You have known this about me for over a year. Because every time you suggest neons in the color games, I cringe. Do I like neons? They're okay, but they're not my favorite. Okay, so let me give you that much. Okay, instead of trimming this in my trimmer, I'm just going to trim it down with my scissors and I'll trim it further later because I'm getting impatient. Now see, ooh, that back design is gorgeous too. So there's always that, but I'm going to wipe this down, dry it off, just kind of wipe this off. And just trim this with my scissors. What do I do with my mini list? Here it is. Look at me putting things back. It's just real. Okay. Now, do I want to do the cupcake or maybe I want something? I do like the cupcake. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the cupcake. Let's see how it lifts now that we have no alloys on here, just solid ink. If I don't snap these shut, guess what'll happen? I'll pick it up by the lid and drop them all over the floor. Scissor cutters scare you? Okay, Ellen. All right. So we've got our lifting, got our paper towel. Let me get a fresh one. Somebody needs to take out my garbage and here it's full. It can get full because, you know, I don't eat or drink or anything in here. So there's nothing gross in there unless I killed a bug. Then there's a dead bug. But, you know, whatever, we can coexist. You were hoping I'd change my mind. Well, I mean, you've seen, if you watch my videos, you've seen that I used all of the neon pastes from Simon Hurley. And I did for Trinity Stamps, I used them to do all the little aliens on a slimline card. I use scissors all the time. I am a fussy cutter. Okay. I'm going to dab this. Not rub, dab. Can you see the design in there? You need to do it a few more times. I really want to lift most of that ink out, most of it. And by the way, you can, let me grab just a piece of paper so I can show you. We don't waste that. Where did I put the, here it is. It's on there nice and heavy. Oh yeah. Now I've got a plain piece of paper. Twofer. You get a twofer. And I kind of smeared that one because I moved it, but that helps get the excess ink off. Let's dab off. Now I'm getting what I wanted. So I think it was just the alloys causing me some grief. And there, remember I said where it's really, really thick, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to lift. I forgot about the twofer. If you guys don't watch Tim Holtz and his demos, you really got to watch, especially when it comes to alcohol inks, because he has so many neat ideas. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased or anything. Let's do another twofer. Why not? Just making sure I'm grabbing the right paper. I'm almost out of my accent opaque, and that is sad. But one of my followers offered to send me some 100-pound hammer mill, which is what this is, and that's great. Got another twofer, so that's a threefer. Let's turn this over and dab. Tomorrow I'm going live at my normal time, but my premiere is at noon Central. So I'll be my normal 9 o'clock Central in the morning for my journaling, my junk journal channel stuff. And then, okay, let's do that 35 again. 3. I want to do this strategically here. I don't mind if it covers the cupcake. Let's try right there. I lost my train of thought, you guys. What was I saying? Simon goes live at noon Eastern. I'm going live at noon Central, and I'm not going live. I have a premiere, which is almost the same as live, but not really. Hi, Paula. Happy New Year. Good to see you. Anyway, everything I'm showing here, I learned from Tim. Now, did I pay attention? Kind of. Dum-de-dum-dum. Sometimes I'm watching a video and Mike wants to come in and visit, or, I need to go do XYZ. Or more often than not, I'm sitting up and find the drool on my chest after a while. Okay. I'll just have to wait for somebody else to turn 35. My youngest son, maybe. Want to get a clean side of this when you're dabbing, because you just dab color back into it. The 5's not showing up real well because it's just too busy over here, up in here, but it's still showing up. Wipe that off. Did I bake a cake for Mike? No. No, what Mike got for his birthday from me was I was nice to him this morning. I made him a big breakfast. I did everything he asked without argument. Listen, friends, I'm not the nicest kid on the block. Sometimes I'm kind of mean, bossy, and gripey. So there was no griping. There was none of that. I was perfectly well behaved today. And I told him because he's the king today. It's his birthday. But neither one of us really like homemade cake. We do like hash browns and sausage and eggs. I made Doritos eggs, which if you've never tried them, they are so good. So there, I'm happy with that. Slip this off. And that's what we got from the lifting. Now we can take that further. And I can, if I want to, I can fill that in. And I'll show you how. I don't want that paintbrush. I want a smaller one. Let's get a little bit of alcohol. Let's get my paper towel. Just get a little alcohol here on this mat. Get alcohol on my paintbrush. Wipe it off. And I can just kind of wipe away or fill in the color, the lines part of this 5, so that it stands out more. This isn't a very good brush either. You see how I pulled that out a little bit? I want a brush that doesn't have hair on it. And it's not hair, but like the end is not together like it should be. You don't want it super wet. So I'm basically lifting with just plain isopropyl alcohol. And that 5 is standing out more. You can, but it'll stain them, Gaz. So you can do it with acrylic and photopolymer, but it will stain them. Kind of. I mean, nope, this one's hairy too. I want a pointy tip on my doggone brush. This one's a little bit better. And I'm trying not to let this soak out, away from the lines. So I'm just being really careful with it. I'm wiping my brush off so that it's not too wet. If it's too wet, then it'll blow it out. What was the question? What if I use white pigment ink on top of the lift? I don't know. Too bad I already took it off of there, but that's a good idea. But this works just as well. because I'm just basically lifting the rest of it. And I could add some shading around there, and I would have to paint that on. So let's get this, do this 3, just so that it's more solid. I didn't even give Mike a birthday card because he just throws them. He doesn't, it's just not his thing. I'm not mad. So I'm just wiping this on the paper towel and then coming back in, adding more alcohol as needed. But especially right here, I wanted to lift that off because it's one of those globby spots. The more alcohol you put on it, the more it lifts. So could you use alcohol? No, because it's too liquidy. Mike could try hand sanitizer. Well, always think out loud. Oh, that's a good idea, Maddie. It's annoying and frustrating to me to not have a brush that the tip stays a tip. If that makes any sense. I need a lot more alcohol there. So I'm just kind of slowly lifting, taking my time ish. This time I'm going to get a little bit more on my brush because I have a little more space for if it wants to spread out, and it does. Alcohol wants to spread out on here. So the more solid of a stamp you use, the better effect you're going to get from your lifting. Need more alcohol. Oh, that's sweet, Maddie. That is sweet. Yeah, no, I mean, I think I told you guys I made Mike a quilt and it took me months to make. And he didn't really take care of it. And I'm not mad because it's just that's who he is, you know. It's just what's of value to him isn't the same as what's of value to me. Will I ever make him another quilt? Absolutely not. We have to remember that, you know, when we are making for others about what their values are. And they might not be the same as ours, and we might get our feelers hurt because they didn't take care of what we spent hard hours making. If you ever want to see that, it's on my blog and it might be in my Facebook. I don't know. It was a paper pieced quilt, big one, inspired by Amish quilts. See how much that stands out? Oh, that's so sweet, Paula. That must make you feel. You know, I have to say at the same time I was talking to my husband's ex-wife last week and she was telling me about how proud he is of my YouTube channel. Although when I show him his work, my work, he's like, "Oh, huh, just not his thing. Art's not his thing at all." Nonetheless, I will make him come on here near Valentine's Day and live make me a Valentine. Because he doesn't buy me cards either. So, you know, fair is fair. Again, I'm not mad. So we made that stand out just by lifting some of that. And now I'm going to just do a little bit of splattering. We'll call one background done. That takes a minute to show it, by the way. Yeah, Mike will return. Oops, I messed up my icing. I was trying to be careful not to mess up my words, but it doesn't matter because some of them will probably be covered. So there's what we have for Dave. Now I'm gonna just let this sit for a little while and let's work on Mac's card. And for Mac, I'm gonna go with the browns. Now keep in mind too, all my boys are colorblind. So how you can pick a favorite color is beyond me, but they are, so. Okay, where are my browns? I think these are browns and blues. Yes, they are. Paula does make some amazing cards. I've received some from her, I believe. I do believe. Let's go in with, let's go in with mushroom. Mushroom's a fun color. It does all kinds of neat tricks. That was mushroom that I used, yeah. It'll go blue in some places sometimes. It's just, I don't understand, but it does. See where it went blue right there? Go figure. Why would it do that? I don't know. Tim, why does it do that? Or Chemist at Ranger or somebody. The black does some cool stuff too. I'm trying to see if I can coax more blue out of here. See there where it's gone blue? See there where it's gone blue? I don't know if you could see it or not. Let's do blending solution instead. Oh, I've got moss. Yes, I do. Is this it? That's pebble. That's moss. I know, right? And I can't, possibly understand or relate to not being able to see color. I wonder, can you guys see here where the mushroom turned blue? So cool. Oh, this is starting to look like camo, friends. Oh, speaking of camo, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say this or not, but my grandson very soon is headed to Australia in the Marines, Northern Australia, North Territories, something like that. I don't know. Mac told me. I'm going, you lucky. I want to go. Yes. Hi, Chris. Oh, not my birthday, but thank you for the happy birthday wishes. My birthday's in August. Oh, I'm loving this. This is good. Thanks for suggesting the moss, Jim. It's really pretty. I don't know if I want to lift any of this. Maybe I want to go a different route. I'm just drying it off before I add more color. This blows me away with the mushroom. So yeah, Delise, the browns and earth tones are more up my alley. Although I love, bright colors like rainbows and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do a rainbow one just for the heck of it. But I don't know. You've seen one rainbow, you've seen them all. Are they? No kidding. Headed to Australia. Yeah. And I'm wondering, like, if he goes on leave, I looked at the, like a world atlas map to see, what's around him. And if the Philippines is close enough for him to go visit, or any of those Indonesian islands. This is gorgeous. I love this. Look at this. That's mushroom. This is moss. That's the only colors I have on there. I want more moss. More moss. Moss. I want moss moss. Lots of big crocodile. Good to know. Um, I noticed his base is like on the beach. Um, but to me it looked like desert. I can't tell. I'm not, I'm pretty geographically challenged. Oh golly, that's pretty. I like how that's doing. This would be pretty moths. So I always think too, when I'm doing alcohol ink, I'm thinking of what it's going to be, what its purpose, what its life will be. Will it be a butterfly? Will it be a flower? There's no way I'm getting on a 15-minute flight. I'm terra firma, friends. No flying for me. I want to really kind of dilute. Oh, look at that. Oh, so pretty. That looks like a world. That looks like an island or a beach. It's making me unhappy right there. So what will I do? I will add some more mushroom. So that might seem strange adding more, but it'll help me to push this out some and get more of this beautiful brown in here. Let's let those do what they do for a minute. Interesting how we look at how much blue we got, and I have not added a single drop of blue in here. Let's push this. Blend those two together. That was the mushroom, right? Let's get some moss in there because it is fun. So you can see that one side I'm leaving kind of not dramatic, and I'm going for the drama on the other side. And then I can pick the side I want to use, or split it in half, or do what I want. Oh, and I'm even letting little fingers get in here. I don't mind. I can play it. Doing this is almost the same like when I like to get out my gel plates. I can just go on and on and on and on. So another really interesting color is black. It really does some cool stuff too. Oh, gosh, look at that. Look at that color right there. I know I've got little dingle balls in there, but that is just so delicious. Let's get this dry a little bit more. And I almost do not want to do any lifting on this. I have a better idea. I'm going to have this be the background. And let me get my 4 and my 2. And let me grab this last piece of 6x6 because I'm running out of time. I'm running into Sean and Walter's time. And I hate doing that, but it is what it is. Let's do alcohol and just mushroom. I'm going to go in pretty heavy with it. I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to feel the alcohol effects. I don't have a window open. I don't have a mask on. I know you're supposed to do all those things, but I don't. I don't want to. I hate wearing a mask. That was horrible in 2020 when we all had to wear those things. And especially when you wear glasses because nothing but fog. Bye, Maddie. Enjoy your dinner. You know what? I want some rust in here. It's rosewood. Where is my rust? Latte. Is this rust? That's sandal. Caramel. Where is my rust? I know I have rust. Sepia, latte, oregano. Oregano's pretty cool too. I don't understand what I did with my rust. Pebble. Let's move this oregano around a little bit. And I'm only mainly trying to get this central part because I'm going to stamp the 42 on there and cut it out. It almost looks like rust. I don't understand. Maybe I have it with this other. It shouldn't be, but it might be. This might be terracotta, rust, ginger. That is, ginger is not rust. Sunset orange. Well, I've lost my rust. Let's do terracotta then. Maybe I ran out. Yeah, terracotta will work. It's kind of a reddish orange. That looks like a little foot. Oh, did I tell you guys? I did tell you guys that I got a new cat. She has the bottoms of her feet are pure black. I think they're so, I love her feet. So she's a tabby, right? And she has some like brindle colors in her. She's got a little bit of orange. And so Anyway, the bottoms of her little feet are black, her little toe beans and everything. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I do like the color of terracotta, that's for sure. Okay, I want to just get this dry so I can stamp. Letting fingers happen if they want to happen, and they do. Sometimes they're cool, and sometimes I like them. They give a neat effect. Not the effect I'm looking for here. These are not the droids you're looking for. I'm just trying to get it dry. This is the main part I'm going to be working in. I'm just going to cut this so it'll fit in my mini Misty. I don't want to cut too much off because I could use that. I mean, wouldn't that be good on little die cut mushrooms? You have to use them. They're so much fun to play in. They are. Doesn't matter where these go because I'm going to cut them out. I'm going to fussy cut them. I really want this though. Let's go this way like so. And for this, I'm going to use archival. Where's my archival? Go a couple of coats on that. And once I get the archival down and it dries, I can lift in the center of those if I want to, but I don't. Okay. I hope I have that age right. If I don't, well, he'll just have to save it for another year, but I think I do. Oh, yes. Yeah, you do have to get used to the foam pads, but I love the Stellar inks. I love both. So let's cut this down. And you know what I want to do? Use my decal trimmer. Ah, get your finger trapped in there, girl. Let's go. I'm gonna do 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to take I'm going to use archival, and I think I'm going to use ground espresso. Excuse me. An edge around this. And I understand if folks got to go and support Walter and Sean. I'll be here for replay. Just don't forget to come catch my premiere tomorrow. You won't be sorry. It's very special. I made it a premiere because it's 40 minutes long. Otherwise, I was just going to post it as a video, but there was no way I could shorten it much more than that. Okay. And I'm just kind of waiting on this to dry so I don't smear it when I cut it out. Yeah, it's still quite wet. Let's see if I can just dab it. This stuff should be pretty easy to cut out. I'm just going to do preliminary cutting. Because it's plastic, all right, let's get my cutting mat. I'm going to do this with my knife. Try not to smudge it, but it could happen. Get this inner part, and I am leaving a little bit of a border. You don't tug on Superman's cape. Sorry. You guys know how I am. You have me on, oh, and then I'm on your iPad. Okay, got ya. I can't do that. It just, I'm broken that way. I've tried. Trust me. I'm just a one man. Is that how that song went? Remember. Looking for a one woman man. Try and cut this without. Oh, I'm doing really crooked. Let's do the rest of that with scissors. I like Jim Croce too. That barely shows up because I really basically lifted my ink right off of there. Let me think about how I want to remediate that because I want it to be nice and black. There we go. Simple. But I need to sharpen this. Hey, Frida. Happy New Year. Thank you. I'm just over here to the side sharpening. Oh, yeah, the tip. Look at my hands though. See, that was the whole thing I was trying to avoid. Why I brought gloves in here and then I forgot to put them on. You don't spit into the wind. what I'm using here, in case you're wondering, this is a Stabilo All pencil. It works on everything. I even use it to mark my sourdough when I make my starter and stuff to see where it starts and ends. That to kind of come up here a little bit more. Ink's still wet there. It'll take forever for the archival to dry on this. Should have probably used StazOn, but it really doesn't work that well over alcohol ink. Let's do the fine lines. I'm not going to do the fine lines inside because that would be just too difficult. I can't draw a straight line even if I'm tracing it, as you can see. There, that stands out a little better. Sorry, Gaz. Well, rest well, my friend. There, that definitely stands out better. A doot 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 doot. And if I wouldn't have smudged this in the first place, it wouldn't have had lifted like this. But I did, so there's that. So I've been catching up on Stranger Things. Because I hadn't watched it. Oh, I'm messed up right there royally. Fix it. You can fix it. Just pretend that it's supposed to look like that. It's interesting and trippy drawing on this plastic paper. But it's definitely going to help it to stand out. Gonna be honest with you, not loving it. Not ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I should have lifted instead. Cut that fairly close. See if I can't make it. Do, 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 do. So it definitely trims like plastic paper. It's a lot easier to cut than regular paper because it'll bend with you rather than, bend ripping, or you know how it does. Okay. Yeah, I've been fine, thank you. Okay, so now I want some interest there back behind. Ooh, you know what? Hang on. Got this piece of screen. The ending was great. Oh, good to know. Good to know. Okay, let's rip some of that. Got this piece of screen. I don't want this pink string on here. Okay. I'm going to create kind of a cluster because I like doing that. And this is just medical gauze that I have dyed. Oh no, this is cheesecloth, not medical gauze. Same thing. And it just happens to be in the right color range. Let's grab, I need something to anchor all of it. Yet I'll spit into the wind. I know my son Mac loves art and likes all the stuff I send him, which I haven't been good about, and he's not happy with me about. Um, that's too big. I don't want to cover so much of this beautiful alcohol. That would be great sewn on there. Let me see. No, not a possibility today. Not a possibility today. So I'm going to grab some glue. How have you been, Frida? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. You don't pull the mascot that ranger and don't mess around with Jim. Needs to get stuck down better. I've been working on getting my craft room straightened out again, but I've got a big, ooh, I like the way it left that little bit of, ooh, I do like that. Rust. This isn't rusty. It looks rusty, but it's not. It's just how I painted. I painted, this is paint on here. So it's just a piece of regular, replacement window screen that I painted. To look like it's rusty when it's not. He was a straight shooting son of a gun. I think those are the words. I don't know. Okay. I don't love the 42. I might do it over. The 2 is messed up. And I don't like that. Don't. I don't like it a lot. Okay. Let's see. Do I have... I'm going to lift instead, friends. If I can find my Misty. Where did it go? Oh, interesting. I lost it somewhere. I think my numbers are still in it. You know, you guys see it? Here? You. Oh, there she is. Okay. No, my numbers aren't in it. Okay. I'm going to lift instead. Ooh. Oh, where was that? I think it was like this. I'm going to have to add a piece of tape to that. Everybody said, hey, Jack. Yeah, okay. Lifting. Oh, no. Be more careful. I'm not having very good luck tonight. I'll never get that back in the same spot it was. Let's see if I can fit it elsewhere. Maybe right here. Dang it, Bobby. Remind me to be more careful. Oops. No. Let's just wipe that one off. Just dab instead of rubbing. See how much better it lifts on it, kind of a more of a solid foundation. Okay. I'm going to call that good. Myself right out of time, and I've got to mail these tomorrow. Because I've noticed how long mail's taking, even though the holidays are over. I'm not worried about hand cutting these because they're lifted and they're not inked. So, except for that center part of that 4, which I'm going to need to knife cut. Don't mess around. It got quiet. I must have lost everyone. You know what I do on the replays? I play them double speed. I don't pay, otherwise I would do triple speed. Mike's like, how can you even understand what they're saying? I said, I'm used to it. I wish you would talk at double speed. uh, I think that's an ADHD trait. When I have to listen to my own voice, I'm like, oh God, please let me speed that up. Still here and still crazy after all these years. So anyway, this big storm event, we're expecting it tomorrow evening. I just wanted to bring the cold air, it's promising. There's a little split right there because I didn't see it from when I cut this out of the original piece. It'll be fine. There we go. And go something like that. Ooh, I'm starving. Just realized I haven't eaten since breakfast. Sometimes I get busy doom scrolling and I forget to eat. Okay, the 4 will go straight down and I'll pop the 2 up. Mac, if you're watching, this one's for you, bud. I know Dave doesn't watch my videos, but I think Mac does. That's why he lurks on there when he's not busy with his grandbaby. It's so cute how proud he is of her. He's just, that's just, I'm like, well, yeah, that's what it's like being a grandparent, especially if you get to see your grandchild every single day. I haven't met this great granddaughter yet, and I probably won't for years to come because neither Mac nor I can stand to travel. Oh, I like this. I do. Before I pop that 2 up, I'm going to go ahead and pop this on a card base. I'm going to do my happy birthday inside the card base. So it's a simple card, but not simple. Get these off. Get my little pad back in here. Even though I'm still using red rubber, they'll still stamp. Remind me that I have this upside down. I know there's a happy birthday on here. There it is. You don't pull the mask off that old Lone Ranger. You guys, now I got a problem. It's stuck in my head. I need a magnet. Let's use the ground espresso. Look at how this changed from being in the light. It's not brown anymore. It looks gray. Deceitful. This is a staple to have in your arsenal, is this, they're called simple sayings because it covers everything. I might throw a charm on here too. See if there's something suitable. Oops. Move. Something Mac would like. Definitely like the dragon. I think. This one's kind of cool too, but it's kind of more. Ooh, I like it right there though. Yeah. Let's do a little piece of string on there. Don't put Scott on there. Looking for a piece of string suitable. Huh. Go. Yeah. And it's just there for decoration. It's not going to attach to anything. Dang it, Bobby. Back where you were. I don't care about that. It won't impact the alcohol. It's going to take a while for that to completely stick down. We just won't move it. Let's put the number 2 on there. All right, I need to get Dave's done. I'm just going to set that right there because it's got, actually, I'm going to set it over here and set something a little slightly heavy on it. I'm going to have to clean up this whole mess before tomorrow. Here we go. All right, Dave. So, I need to trim this down. Oh, dang it, Bobby. Ooh, I don't want this. I don't want my deckel trimmer. Okay. 5 1/4. Or and I'm not going to do anything fancy to this one at all because I like it exactly the way it is. I could put some shading on there, but since I don't know this paper very well, I don't know how it's going to rub. Let's just find out real quick. I may just wreck the whole thing and have to use the other one. Let's just find out. Okay, so I need water. I need a brush. I need a brush that probably doesn't have alcohol on it. Water. Wipe on. Let's see how this works out. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, that'll be fine. As long as I'm gentle with it. And I was a little too gentle with that. It's just kind of, I just want this to kind of stand out a little bit. Everybody, hey, Jeff. I'm such a slob. Come on, T. I'm trying to get it just below and it's going everywhere instead. You stink. You stink. You stink. There we go. That makes it stand out a little bit more. It's kind of funky too. So if I don't like it, all I have to do is just wash it off, just like that. I don't like it. I don't like it a lot. I thought I was, but I changed my mind. I don't. So much for that. Let's go. Let's do a white card base. I think I'm going to hand stamp the happy birthday. Wish me luck. That's not white. Maybe I like it on the blue. Yeah, I do. Because I don't do this well. You were taught folding. Make sure this is straight. Yes, straight adjacent. Set something on there. Let's do our stellar. Paula, if you haven't tried these, oh, that's right, you're in Canada, aren't you? These things from Blue Night Rubber Stamps are fabulous for these particular kinds of inks. Okay, here we go. Shouldn't be hard, right? It worked out okay. Okay is good enough in this case. At least it's kind of straight. Now, if I pop this up on here, it'll give it a little bit of oomph, so I think I'll do that. Let's do it with this. Don't I have any sticky already on it? Everybody, hey, Jack. Shush. Go right about here. That'll work. You're in Barbados, yeah. I knew you weren't in America, but that was the best I could do. Canada, Barbados, it's somewhere out there away from here on an island somewhere far, far away, I think. Over the hills and far away. Yeah, that just gives it a little bit of extra popping it up like that. There we go, friends. My birthday cards for my son Dave, for my son Mac, ready to go into the envelope and get shipped out. So thanks for coming to hang out. I know it's been almost 2 hours. I hate doing that long, but you know, it is what it is. It's a birthday party. And so happy birthday to Mike. Happy birthday Tim Holtz yesterday. Happy birthday Elvis. It's Elvis Presley's birthday, by the way, if you didn't know. And thank you guys for your time today. I hope that you enjoyed and had some fun watching the alcohol inks because they are so much fun to work with. And I hope you get yours out and try them. Anyway, everyone take care. I'm going to go make myself some chow of some sort and see you guys tomorrow around the rooms and all the things. Don't forget to leave. Oh my goodness. Don't leave me a dirty thumbs up. Leave me a clean thumbs up or dirty. I don't care. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.